Okay, Leo, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it. Leo, this is a love relationship spread this week. So, all right, Leo, let's get into it and see what is going on. Leo. Queen of Wands and the Nine of Wands. All right, first of all, you need to be nicer to yourself. I'm going to say it right there. The Five of Wands, okay? So, I don't know. There's something here where I feel like you are guarding something about yourself. Maybe this is like, maybe you're kind of like feeling like I don't really, there's something you're holding back. I have no idea why, okay? Or you're feeling like not as good as you should, or not as good as like other people would say you are. I don't know. There's something like that. I feel like my words aren't really making any sense, but that's that's pretty typical. So, all right, let's see what's going on, Leo. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so hold on. Let's see what's going on. All right. All right, let's see, Leo. Okay. Oh, all right. So you guys have the Fool card. This is showing up for like the foundation of your relationship here. So maybe this is like you. Okay, so either you were like set up by like a friend, like that kind of thing, or this is you maybe just taking like a complete leap of faith on something, that kind of stuff, and it you know, that, and that's what the start of it is, okay? That kind of situation. That's what I'm understanding. All right, interesting. Okay, so you guys have the Moon card. This is showing up for like your perspective of the relationship. I think that you're, all right, I feel like there's deep feelings here, okay, that kind of stuff, but I also feel like you're maybe feeling like there's like more to the story, okay, that kind of stuff. I wonder if there's a sense of, yeah, feeling like something has not been like fully come to light in some sense, all right, that kind of stuff, or this is just like an extremely like emotionally deep relationship, or that's how you're seeing it. You're seeing it as like there is so much to uncover here, that kind of stuff, okay? That might be it. So, all right, you're the Two of Pentacles. This is showing up as your intentions. I feel like there's maybe something here. What is going on, Leo? All right, so okay, okay, I think you're playing different roles here, okay? That seems to be your intention, is to kind of like play different roles here, that kind of stuff. I also feel like there's maybe something where maybe you're wanting to balance something out, but I really feel like this is more like, oh no, my intention is to like do a lot of different things, or is to like play like multiple different, I don't know, roles within the relationship, or that kind of stuff. All right, something about that. This Moon card showing up for your perspective of the relationship. I'm like, you're either confused or feeling like you don't really know what to think of something at this point, or again, or you're like, again, like having like deep feelings deep feelings, but I'm like, are you, I think there's a little bit of like hidden fears here, or maybe they're not even that hidden. There's something about that, okay? So, all right, let's see. All right, you guys have the Queen of Wands, and this is showing up for the like your partner relationship, whoever this is, for like their perspective of the relationship. So Queen of Wands, okay? So I feel like I think that they're seeing this as like really exciting. I think this is something that brings this person a lot of joy, that kind of stuff. And it's almost like it's inspirational, okay? There's something where it's like, oh, well, this is like, now I have something to look forward to, or now I feel like more, I want to say even like feeling okay with like displaying like their whole personality, or being like, you know, like this is who I am, that kind of stuff. All right, so that's really cute. I feel like you maybe have even like gotten this person like inspired about something, or you know, something about that. All right, that's what I'm understanding. That's friggin' awesome. That's cute. I really like that. Oh, all right. Okay. There's definitely excitement, all right, I'll tell you that, and there's like attraction, okay, very much so. So, all right, their intentions, you guys have the Hermit card here, so I feel like their intentions are just you and them. I don't see anything that would be like kind of saying otherwise. I do think that there's, I mean, if we're being completely honest, it feels like there's maybe like some secrets on their side, but also secrets on your side. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that, okay? That kind of stuff, as long as they're not like harmful, I don't know, harmful secrets. But I also think this is somebody who, like, I'm understanding something where it's like this person like knows how to do something, or is like very like well versed in something, but I understand them being like, I want them to do something on their own. I want, like, or like talking to you, like I want, like, you know, you to like experience something like for yourself, or to like even like use your intuition to kind of like figure something out here, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. I also think that this is like, if somebody needs like alone time, or like quiet time, or like whatever the heck it is, I feel like this is somebody who has no problem giving that to you, you know? I also don't think this is somebody who like really like listens to like other people gossiping, or like, you know, that kind of stuff, okay? Or like listening to like the rumors or whatever the heck it is, that type of situation, okay? I feel like this is more so somebody who is like, I'm going to go off of like this, just like the way that I feel, or the way that like I know how to do it, that kind of stuff, okay? A lot of like introspection, that type of thing, okay? So maybe this is somebody who is like, you know, their intention is to like really deeply think something, that kind of stuff. It's like they're deep in thought, and I feel like you're deeply in like your emotions, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's almost like you're like, what are they thinking? You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Maybe, I don't know. But I, you know, there's something about that. It's like, what are they thinking, or what's going on inside their head, or something like that. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. All right. So let's see, you guys have the 3 of Cups, and this is showing up as what brings you guys together. So there is something where, I mean, you either have like mutual friends, okay, that kind of stuff, or you enjoy doing the same thing, that type of thing. All right. That could be something here. That's really what I'm feeling. You have the 8 of Cups. This is showing up as what could be pulling you guys apart. So maybe there's a sense of maybe feeling like, maybe a little bit unfulfilled in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's kind of mean to say, but that is the energy that I'm kind of picking up here, right? I also wonder if maybe this is something where it's like, maybe one of you has to kind of like pull apart for something, or kind of like, you know, walk off for something here, that kind of stuff. That might be part of something that's like, well, that's kind of like a bummer, okay? Something about that. I do think, I wonder if there's even like a shared disappointment, okay? That type of situation, that might be something that is popping up. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. This is showing up as like, external influences here. So finances, or family, or health, okay? That could be something that is like showing up as like, you know, those are things that are like affecting the relationship, whatever it is, okay? Something about that, all right? Maybe one of you guys is more traditional, the other one is maybe not so much that way, that kind of thing, okay? But I do understand this as maybe, you know, yeah, having family that are like maybe pitching in their 2 cents, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Or there's finances in some aspect that is like, has something to do with like your guys' relationship together, which is a little interesting. So all right, let's see what's up. Leo. You know, I'll also say it's like there might be like some like confusion or something about that, okay, that kind of stuff. But I also feel like this is like you know, being deeply in your emotions, or trying to figure something out. Again, having like possibly some like fears popping up, but at the same time, I still think that you're like, yeah, but I want this to progress forward. I still want to, you know, it's like I want to get control of those fears and kind of progress forward. That's what I feel. So all right, let's see what's up. All right. All right. Hold on. I want to see what's at the bottom. The 7 of Pentacles. All right. Okay. There is no such thing as a perfect relationship. So, I mean, I don't think so anyway. I don't know. Maybe there is. All right. So you guys have the moon card and you have it with the 3 of wands here. This is showing up for like your perspective. So I feel like you're scared that this other person is wanting to move on, that kind of stuff. Okay. Or is like, yeah, I wonder if there's like, something bigger or better, or whatever the heck it is, like coming in, that kind of stuff. I feel like there's like that fear. Okay. That's like, it's almost like you're like waiting for that, waiting for that in some sense. And I also, but at the same time, I also feel like there is maybe something where you're like, this person is maybe backing away from like being in their emotional whatever the heck it is, or is like maybe having a hard time like facing like their own like personal fears about something, that kind of stuff. Okay. Or is maybe feeling like maybe disconnected emotionally in some capacity. All right, that kind of stuff. I feel like there's something about that. All right, let's see. So you guys have the 2 of Pentacles and you have it with the 5 of Swords here. This is showing up for your intentions, or yes, your intentions for the relationship. So I mean, again, there's something here where it's like, maybe this is your intentions, is to balance something out. Okay. I know we said like that, I wasn't really feeling that, but that could be what it is. Maybe there's something here that you're like, nope, I intend to balance this out, figure this thing out, that kind of situation. Maybe there is something where you're like, you know what, I do have a lot of responsibilities, but I wonder if you're like, I'm intending to make sure that I like, set something up so that like, you're having like a win, or that you're able to kind of like tackle whatever these like multiple responsibilities are, or splitting your time evenly between something, or, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I feel is part of, like what you're wanting to do. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see. You guys, so, all right. So for the foundation of the relationship here, you guys have the Fool card, and then you have it with the Knight of Wands. So, okay, maybe this is something that came in hot and heavy, that kind of stuff, really quickly, that whole like spur of the moment thing, or, taking a leap of faith on whatever the heck it is. Okay. That kind of situation, that seems to be like the core of this relationship. All right. So yes, maybe there is something that you're like, you know what, it started out like hot and heavy, but now we kind of have to like balance out that energy, because otherwise it's going to be like, you're always feeling like you're having to, I don't know, like keep up with that energy, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, which can be friggin' exhausting. And, at a certain point, that's, you can't be in the honeymoon phase forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you could, but, like reality is really important for like relationships. And not saying honeymoon phase is not reality, but you know what? You guys know what I'm talking about. So that's, I don't know. Hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. All right. Okay. All right. So yes, I definitely feel like this is like, coming in hot and heavy. I see a lot of like attraction, that kind of stuff. But I also wonder if when you guys started dating, or started becoming a couple, whatever this is here, I wonder if it was like, one person was still kind of like had feelings for somebody else, or one person was still kind of like, kind of linked with somebody else here, that kind of stuff. I'm wondering if that's part of whatever this is. Okay. Or again, it's just that like coming in hot and heavy, that kind of situation. All right. Okay, so you have the Queen of Wands and you have it with the Death card, and this is showing up for their perspective of the relationship. So, I mean, I think that their perspective is, oh yes, this started out again hot and heavy, or there was like a like extreme attraction, maybe a lot of energy, like I want to say larger than life, that kind of stuff. Okay, but I feel like they are viewing this as like, well, that naturally needs to like transform into something. Okay, or you're seeing there's understanding like, going from that like, okay, whoa, we started really quickly, or this was, I'm going to keep saying hot and heavy. I don't know. I don't know that I love that I'm saying that, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Something like that. And I wonder if it's like, okay, yes, well, now things are shifting. Now things are kind of like changing, that kind of stuff. Okay. It certainly could be. I even wonder if it's like pretend like you get like a lot of attention from like other people, or whatever the heck it is. I wonder if like this person is like in the process of trying to like accept that and like be okay with that, that kind of stuff, being like, all right, I'm just going to accept that that's what it is. All right, so let's see. You guys have the Hermit card, and then you have it with the 6 of Pentacles. This is showing up for their intentions for the relationship here. So yeah, I do feel like they're. Well, I feel like this is somebody. They're like really mindful or thoughtful about what information they're giving you, or something here, or how the length of time something is going to take. Okay, that kind of stuff. I don't want to say that this is somebody who's like I think this is somebody who wants to be very, very sure that they are feeding into the connection in the right way, that kind of stuff, okay? I feel like this is somebody who's maybe it's like, well, I intend to maybe put in just as much as I'm receiving, or, you know, that kind of stuff. That might be something that it's like, well, that's just like the way that they're doing it. That's their intention in some sense, okay? That kind of stuff. Why do I want to say this is somebody who's like, I intend to like hand out advice, or I'm going to tell you I don't know, I'm going to tell you how I used to do things. I'm like, what am I talking about? But I'm picking up something about that, okay? I don't know. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn, okay? You might be dealing with a Capricorn, or maybe they just have a Capricorn energy in their chart. I'm also understanding somebody who wants to, like, I don't know, give you advice about something, that kind of stuff, but I feel like they maybe are not sure how you're going to take it. I mean, that's really what I'm feeling here. I'm like, this is getting kind of interesting. I'm like, I don't know. So let's see what's going on. All right, so let's see. For what brings you guys together, you guys have the Three of Cups, and you have it with the Knight of Swords here. I think that maybe you guys are really friggin' social. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe what brings you together is that you're very, you know, social with, I don't know, with the people you're around, or again, you have like a mutual connection, a mutual friend in some sense, that kind of stuff. Okay. And maybe that's just, maybe you guys communicate the same way, or you find like the same like things kind of like funny or fun or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So, all right. So Three of Cups and the Knight of Swords showing up for what is bringing you guys together. So yes, there's something here where again, you're either, I want to say relentless about the same stuff here, okay, that kind of stuff. Or again, it's like one of those things where it's like you kind of know when to maybe ask more questions in a social setting, or there's, again, what brings you together is just that your social circle, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe even the way you communicate or something like that. So, all right, you guys have the Eight of Cups, and then you have it with the Eight of Wands, and this is showing up as what could possibly be pulling you apart here. I don't know, maybe you're looking for something, like there's something where it's like, no, this has to happen right now, okay? Something about that. But I also do think there is something about communication here that is at play, okay? Communication or like honesty, something regarding that I feel like there's something in that, okay? That kind of stuff here. It could even be that it's like the second that maybe you're feeling like, oh, like I'm disappointed in this, or like I feel like, I don't know, like that, again, just like we'll say like disappointment, you know, that kind of stuff. It could be that it's like, you know what, you go from like 0 to 60 real quick, that kind of stuff. That might be part of whatever this is. All right. Okay. Or maybe there's something where like one of you maybe has to walk away, okay, go somewhere, and maybe it's like for a long time, or something like that, okay, that kind of stuff. But I'm also getting somebody who's like, they're not telling you where they're going, or there's something being left out of something here, okay, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling is something that is like pulling you apart. I don't exactly think that this is a surprise to you, okay? You might actually be in the energy of trying to figure this out like right now, okay, or been trying to figure out something here. So, all right, you guys have the Ten of Pentacles, and you have it with the Sun card, and this is showing up as like the external influences. So again, I feel like this is either something in the terms of like literally like there's a health reference of some sort, okay, that kind of stuff going on here, all right, that could be influencing whatever is going on, that kind of stuff, okay. Or again, it could be like a child, you know, so you're taking, there's a child involved in some sense, that kind of stuff, okay. I also wonder if you're very much like aware of whether you feel like other people are like happy for you or not, okay, that kind of stuff. I'll tell you that absolutely can affect your relationship, okay, if you're maybe constantly like thinking like, oh God, well, how are other people like viewing this, or like, you know, are they accepting of this or not, that kind of stuff. That could, I'm telling you, you know, that could be something that it's like, well, there's like a major influence in that way, or that's something that's kind of coming up in some sense here. Why do I feel like you're going to get a secret gift? I don't know, man. I'm feeling something about that. So, all right, Leo, let's see what goes on. Let's get you an oracle card. Leo. I do feel that energy, a secret gift. I don't know. Ooh, your body is like a book. Excellent. All right. So, okay, well, there you go. Your body is like a book. All right. So listen, so that I think that is something. I think there's something here that like the external factors here is something to do with like your health. Okay. Your body, maybe friggin' genetics. I don't know. Something like that. Okay. That's definitely what I'm understanding here. Something about that. Okay. You might even, I was going to say have a shared family member. Maybe. All right. Your body is like a book. There's history, okay? That's what I'm saying. There's shared history. So I don't know, that maybe that is like what is influencing something here is like a sense of like shared family history, or again, there's something here. I gotta tell you, maybe this is even like your families really like each other, and that's like influencing things in a really positive way, okay? There's something about that. But how friggin' interesting, your body is like a book. I don't know, maybe you guys like work out together, or there's something like that, or I don't know, something. Maybe like John Mayer. All right. That's what I have for you guys, Leo. So I hope this reading was helpful and made sense. All that kind of stuff. If not, you can check your other placements, and I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.